I know that we both expected USC to go into South Bend and lose, but was the loss worse than you expected?
Absolutely. You know, I think when it was after the third pick that Caleb threw that I was genuinely concerned for what USC was trying to do.
Yeah.
Because if Caleb Williams doesn't play good,
then what do they got?
I'd say you don't really got much.
Yeah.
And I was seeing tweets fired off in the game from people saying that, you know, USC is a top 25 team because of Caleb Williams. And it was kind of hard for me to disagree with that.
Yeah.
That take. Because that's the way it is. When Caleb Williams plays good, USC wins football games. You know, when Caleb Williams has, you know, a tough night like he did the other night,
they lose.
So this is really eye-opening to me. And this is another thing I was talking about too on Twitter with a bunch of people is Lincoln Riley is praised as the top 10 coach in the nation. And I just don't think he's done anything to prove that.
Yeah.
That he's a top 10 coach. Like, obviously people are going to pull up the championships at Oklahoma, but look at all those playoff appearances. You know, they ended up getting boat raced or they gave up a lot of points and lost close ones. I'm thinking of the Georgia game in the Rose Bowl. You know, they gave up 51 points in a playoff game, right? You know, so I'm very disappointed by USC because this was supposed to be the season that people started taking them seriously again. And I feel like they're just the biggest joke in college football right now.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, this is a team that single-handedly relies on one guy. We're talking about Caleb Williams, who could probably start on a dozen different NFL teams right now.
Yep.
So like you mentioned, if he doesn't go out there and play his best, then the team does not win games. And I think we're going to see that reflection across the rest of the season because, I mean, it's a gauntlet. They're not playing. They got 5-6 games left. They got 6 games left, I believe.
6 games, I think.
6 games, and I believe 5 ranked opponents.
Yeah.
Like if Caleb doesn't just ball these next 6 games, then USC could legit be a 3 or 4 loss team and miss out on conference championship.
Well, I think the most disappointing part of this whole thing is I don't think anyone thinks Notre Dame's that good.
Yeah.
You know, I think they run the ball really, really well. And Audric Estime's a huge part of that offense. And then I think Sam Hartman has the capabilities to thread the needle when he needs to. But I don't think people were looking at Notre Dame like this elite football team. You know, It's not like USC got beat or even beat down by an elite football team. It's like this is a team that got blown out basically by Louisville before, you know, Notre Dame was able to make it a close game last weekend. And that Louisville team lost to a 1-4 Pitt this week.
Yeah.
So it's just very concerning. It's very concerning, especially because, you know, we're talking about what I called potentially maybe the greatest, you know, QB prospect ever, maybe. And both of his seasons are going to end not playing for a national championship.
Yeah, and then obviously his dad made those comments earlier in the season about how he might not go to the NFL based off of who's going to be getting those first couple picks or that first pick. So, I mean, it'll be interesting to see if he comes back, plays for USC, and obviously how the rest of the season pans out for them. Because, like we mentioned, it's gonna get difficult.
Well, yeah, even if he does come back, it's like, is there a scenario where he talks about transferring?
Yeah,
you know, because it doesn't look great at USC. Because yes, the Pac-12 is having a historic year, one of their better years, but you know the Big Ten's a whole different gauntlet.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think there's a scenario where he even thinks about transferring, going to a different program.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Yeah, it'll be crazy to see, you know, how things where Caleb's gonna be, you know, next year and how the rest of the season pans out. But we kind of got to talk about the fans storming the field.
Yeah.
And there was a clip that we found of a fan who was getting up in Caleb's face that we're gonna throw up right now.
We did it! Let me see those nails down, bro! Let me see those nails down, bro! Come on! Picky! Ah! We did it! We did it! We did it! We finished! We did it! We did it! Ah!
All right, what do we think of that? What are we thinking?
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I think field storming in itself is it is what it is.
It's dangerous.
You know? Dangerous.
Yeah, it's pretty dangerous.
Like it's fun. I get it. Your team just, you know, you upset top 10 team in the nation. You're excited. I get it. I get all that things, but you know, going up to the best quarterback in the nation and beating, like, he not only like chirped him, but he kind of got in his face a little bit.
Yeah, he was a little. I think he pressed up against him or something.
Yeah, and it's like, as a competitor, you lose a game like that, you're already disappointed in yourself. You're disappointed in your team's effort. And you're walking off, and you got a dude coming with a camera, just right in your face, like pushing on you. It's like, I think big respect to Caleb for not swinging on him.
Yeah,
because I think if I was in that situation, I would have had a really hard time not, you know, hitting him with like a left hook.
Yeah. No, I totally agree, and that's really the question, is because if he does react to that, and Caleb does, you know, throw a punch or something, he's going to be painted out to be the bad guy.
Yeah,
and he's got everything to lose.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about potential suspension, you know, maybe some legal action as well. So for him to be able to, some guy just going out there is nothing to lose, you're just most likely intoxicated.
Yep. And
Caleb has to, you know, he knows he has to keep his composure there, because he's the one who's got everything to lose. And if he reacts there, it could be something that has significant impact moving forward.
What we saw with the LSU player a couple weeks ago against Ole Miss, the kid kind of ran into him and he pushed him, and you know, he got in some trouble. But it's like, if you're gonna you know, storm the field, go celebrate your team. You know, there's no need to go up into a guy's face like that. And
yeah,
I don't know, maybe he was doing it for like a clip, or, you know, go viral, which I guess he did.
Yeah, and it worked. It worked.
Fair play if that's what he was going for, but it's just so unnecessary, because, you know, it just really paints the player in a bad light, because then, you know, you're almost asking for a reaction, and then it's like he gives you a reaction, and then, you know, Sports Center the next day, Caleb Williams punches a fan.
Yeah,
it's like, there's just no need for it.
Yeah,
no need
I don't
for
like it.